Hi everyone, welcome to Little Things. I'm here to help you find comfort within yourself through crocheting. So today we're going to be making this granny square. You can make a bunch of them, make it a blanket, make it a bag. You can make it any size you want. It's very customizable. So let's get right into it. So now let's talk about materials. I'm going to be using 3.5mm hook. And then for the yarn, I'm using Little Things, which is my own brand. This yarn is really good for beginner because you can see the stitches very clearly. Perfect mixture of sturdiness and softness, making it very easy to work with as a beginner. And our pre-order is going to be open very soon, so make sure you join the waitlist down in the description box because we're just starting out. Our stock is going to be limited, so placing a pre-order can really ensure that you actually have the yarn before it sells out after launch. And let me know in the comments if you're interested in a pre-order. Then next up is a darning needle and then scissors. First, we're gonna grab our yarn tail, and I'm gonna grab it using my right hand. Then I'm gonna place it on my left hand. Then I'm gonna hold on to the working yarn using my 2 fingers. Then I'm going to point 2 fingers up like this. Then essentially I'm going to wrap the yarn tail around my 2 fingers twice. So first I'm going to go on top of the 2 fingers. Then I'm bringing the yarn tail under my 2 fingers like this. Then I'm going over again. Then I'm going to bring the yarn tail towards the palm of my hand and secure it with my thumb. So now you have a cross at the bottom, and when you flip your hand, there's a pair of parallel lines. Then we're gonna grab our hook. So this is the first loop, this is the second loop. We're gonna insert our hook under the first loop like this. Then we're gonna grab onto the second loop using our hook. Then we're gonna pull it through, pull it under the first loop like this. Then we are going to twist our hook. So twist our hook like this, clockwise, like so. As you can see, it created like a little loop on our hook. Then as you can see here, this strand of yarn is called the working yarn. It's connected to our yarn ball. We're gonna do a yarn over on this yarn. So we're gonna slide our hook under the working yarn like this and then go over and on top. So we've grabbed onto the working yarn using our hook. Then see this loop here on our hook. We're gonna pull it through the loop on our hook like this. There we go. Here is our magic ring. So we're gonna grab onto the tail, pull it slightly, just around the size is good. So first we're gonna chain 4, and as you can see here, we already have 1 chain. This V is 1 chain. We just need to make 3 extra chains. So this is our working yarn. First we're gonna bring our hook to the back, over and on top of the working yarn. So bring our hook to the back like this and over and on top of the working yarn. So once your hook is grabbed onto the yarn, we're gonna pull it through the loop on our hook here. Just pull it through like this. And as you can see 2 V's here. And now we're gonna do this again. Yarn over, bring our hook to the back, over and on top like this. Then pull it through the loop on your hook. So now we have got 3 chains. We're gonna do it again. Yarn over and then pull it through the loop on your hook. Now we've got 4 chains, and you can tell by counting the numbers of V's. And now we're ready to make our first stitch. So the stitch that we're going to be doing is double crochet. So to do a double crochet, we're going to yarn over first. So bring our hook to the back, over and on top of the working yarn like this. Basically wrap the yarn around your hook once, then insert your hook into the magic ring, this ring right here. And mind you that this tail right here should be also caught on your hook. So after inserting your hook, see this working yarn here? We're gonna yarn over on that. Yarn over, pull it through the ring, so go through it and bring up a loop. Now we've got 3 loops in total on our hook. We're gonna yarn over again, go behind, over and on top. Once we've grabbed onto the yarn, we're gonna pull it through the first 2 loops on our hook. So the first loop and the second loop. Now we got 2 loops left on our hook. We're gonna yarn over. Then we're gonna pull it through the rest of the 2 loops. So just pull it through like this. Now congratulations, this is your very first double crochet, and if you can make this one stitch, I'm 100% sure you can finish the whole piece. Whole granny square is essentially made out of double crochet. So now let's continue. We're gonna make 2 more double crochet. So yarn over first, insert your hook into the middle of the ring. Remember to also have the tail caught on your hook. Then we're gonna yarn over, bring our hook behind, over and on top of the working yarn, pull it through the ring. Now we have brought up a loop. Now we got 3 loops in total. Now we're going to yarn over. Then see these 3 loops right here? We're only going to pull through the first 2 loops. So pull it through the first and the second. Now we got 2 loops left on our hook. We're going to yarn over and then pull it through the rest of the 2 loops, like this. Now we're going to do this again. So yarn over first, and then insert your hook into the magic ring, and then yarn over again, then pull it through the loop, pull it through the ring. Now we've got 3 loops on our hook. Now we're going to yarn over, pull it through just the first 2 loops, so the first one and the second one. Now we got 2 loops left on our hook. We're gonna yarn over and pull through all of them. So yarn over and pull through all of them, like this. Now we have got 3 double crochet. This is called one side. So for the granny square, since it's a square, we're gonna have 3 other sides. So in total we have 4 sides. Now we're gonna make the other side. So to make the other side, we're gonna chain 2. To chain, yarn over on the working yarn. Once the hook is grabbed onto the working yarn, pull it through the loop on your hook. And you can see that it has created a V here. That is one chain. We're gonna make another chain. So yarn over again, then pull it through the loop on your hook, like this. Then we're gonna make 3 double crochet here on the other side. So again, yarn over. So the working yarn has wrapped around my hook. Then insert your hook into the ring. Then yarn over, pull it through the ring. Now we got 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, then pull it through just the first 2 loops. The first loop and the second loop. Now we got 2 loops. Now we got 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over, then pull it through the rest of the 2 loops. Now we're gonna do this again. Yarn over, insert your hook into the ring. Then we're gonna yarn over again, pull it through the ring, and that will bring up a loop. Now we've got 3 loops in total. Yarn over, pull it through just the first 2 loops. Now we got 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull it through the rest of the 2 loops, like this. And now we're gonna do this again to have a total of 3 double crochet on each side. So one last time, yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, then yarn over again, pull up a loop. Now we've got 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull it through just the first 2 loops. Now we've got 2 loops left on our hook. Yarn over, pull it through the rest of the 2 loops. Now we have completed just 2 sides of our square, and mind you that it's very tempting to just close up this ring in the middle, but don't do that. We have to make sure that we have a space in the middle. So going on to the next side, we're gonna chain 2. So yarn over on the working yarn, like this, pull it through the loop on your hook, and that is your chain 1. We're gonna do it again, yarn over, and then once we've grabbed onto the hook, pull it through your loop, and that is our chain 2. Now moving on to our third side, it's basically the same thing, so just 3 double crochet into the ring. So yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, just place a double crochet. Now we've got 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2. 2 loops left, yarn over, pull through the rest of the 2. Now do it 2 more times. Yarn over, insert your hook into the ring. Then yarn over again, pull up a loop. Now we got 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull it through the rest of the first 2. Then we got 2 remaining loops, yarn over and pull through rest of the 2 loops, like this. Then we're gonna do this again, yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, then just place a double crochet. I think everybody is kind of familiar with this stitch now. Then we finished our 3rd side, we're gonna do our 4th side. So we're gonna chain 2, so yarn over, pull through our hook, yarn over again, pull it through the loop on our hook. Now we got 2 chains here. Now we're gonna make 3 double crochet into our ring. So yarn over, insert your hook into the middle, then just place a double crochet like this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the remaining 2. And after this, we don't have to chain 2. See, in the beginning here, there is a little gap here, and that is our chain 2. What we're gonna do, we're gonna insert our hook into this gap here, right in the beginning. After inserting our hook, we're gonna do a slip stitch to connect to the very first stitch. So to do this, we're gonna yarn over on the working yarn, then pull it through the chain 2. So pull it through like this. And I've brought up a loop like this on my left, then I'm gonna pull it through the loop on my right, like this. And then we just need to tighten it. And after this, you can see in the middle, there is a big gap, and now, only now, you can pull this, but gently, we still want a little gap in the middle. If you pull it too tight and leave no space in the middle, then your piece is probably gonna go wonky. So we just pull it gently, and then leave a little hole in the middle like this, and that should be fine. And now we can start making our round 2. As you can see here, on every corner there's a little gap, and so that would continue on the following rounds. So when we reach the corner, we are going to chain 2, and then all the corners gonna have little holes, while the edges here are gonna have all the stitches. We're gonna start round 2. Stick my hook back into the loop. For every round, since as you can see, the double crochet is pretty tall, so we need to give height to this tall double crochet. To do that, we're gonna start by chaining 2. So yarn over, then we're gonna pull through this loop on our hook. That's 1 chain. Then we're gonna do this again, yarn over again, pull it through the loop on your hook. And that is chain 2, and that's exactly the height of the double crochet. We're gonna place 2 double crochet into this space here, this gap. So yarn over, insert your hook into the gap, the chain 2 space from the previous round, then just do a double crochet. Now we got 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2. Now we got 2 loops left, yarn over, pull through the rest of the 2. Like this. And we're gonna make another one. So yarn over, insert your hook into the chain 2. Then we're gonna yarn over, pull up a loop, and then just yarn over, pull through 2 loops at a time. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. We got 2 loops left, yarn over, pull through the rest of the 2. Like this. We're gonna squash the stitches towards the right, like here. Now we're at the corner of the granny square of round 2. We're going to chain 2. So yarn over, pull it through the loop on your hook, yarn over again, pull it through the loop on your hook. Now we need to turn our work just the same as we did before. In this chain 2 here, we're gonna place 2 double crochet in this space. So yarn over, insert your hook into the hole here, then just place a double crochet. Then we're going to do this again, yarn over, insert your hook from the previous stitch, then place a double crochet. We're at the stage of making stitches on top of these 3 stitches. So we're gonna make 1 stitch at a time on top of them. So as you can see here, this first double crochet here on the edge often gets ignored. Some people just skip through it because these stitches have squashed the first stitch and it looks like it's not even a stitch. So we have to be careful here. Every time we reach the edge, we have to really pull your stitch to really see where to go in for the next stitch. Yarning over, then we're gonna pull this to have a clearer view. You might be wondering, where are we gonna insert a hook? So see all these V's on the top? Essentially, we're gonna insert a hook right underneath the V. So let me show you. So you can see that there is a V here. Then I'm just going to insert my hook right underneath this, right underneath the V. Then after this, just place a double crochet. So as you can see here, there is a V when you look at it from the top. When you look at it from the side, there's a little tiny hole here. So first yarn over and then insert your hook right underneath the V, like this. Then yarn over, pull it through. And now we've got 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. Then yarn over, pull through the rest of the 2. Now we're gonna do this again. Yarn over, insert your hook into right under the V. So see this V here, my hook is right underneath this. Then do a double crochet. And then whenever we have reached this gap in the corner, which is the chain 2, essentially we're just going to place 2 double crochet, then followed by a chain, then 2 double crochet here, and then just crochet all across, then repeat. So let me demonstrate this again. So first we're gonna do 2 double crochet. So insert your hook into the hole, into the gap, and just place a double crochet. After placing it, we're gonna place another one. Yarn over, insert your hook, place that. Then, as usual, we have to squash the 2 double crochet towards the right, sorry. After this, we're gonna chain 2. So yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through again. And then turn your work. Then we're gonna make 2 double crochet on this side. So yarn over, insert your hook into the gap here, then place 1 double crochet. Then we're gonna do this again. Yarn over, insert your hook into the gap, then do a double crochet. We've reached the edge, pull the stitch so we don't forget to make the stitch on the very first double crochet here. So yarn over, stretch your stitches, and then insert it underneath the V here. Then just place the double crochet, then again yarn over. Basically just place 1 double crochet on top of the previous double crochet, going under the V. Then again, insert your hook right here, going under 2 loops, which looks like a V, and then just place a double crochet. So as you can see, we have reached the corner, and then we're going to place 2 double crochet in the gap of the chain 2. So insert your hook, place it into the chain 2 space, like this. Then the second double crochet in this gap. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna squash it, remember? We're gonna squash it to the right, like this. Then we're going to chain 2 to create the exact same corner space. So chain 2, so this is my chain 1, yarn over, pull through the loop on your hook. This is my chain 2. Then we're gonna turn our work to our third side. Then we're gonna place 2 double crochet in this space here. I've placed 1 double crochet, gonna make my second one. We're gonna be on this side, we're gonna be on the edge, which is where the stitches are. Make sure you stretch out the stitch, don't miss the first stitch. Go under the V here, do not miss this stitch, it's very important. Then just place the double crochet and just place 1 double crochet on each and every stitch. And I'm just gonna go a little bit quicker. And then I have reached the corner space. Just place 2 double crochet in this space. So going into the chain 2 space, I'm gonna place my first double crochet like this, then gonna make my second one into the space. Now I've just created my second double crochet and then just push these 2 double crochet towards the right so it align with this side. We're gonna chain 2, so yarn over, pull it through the loop on your hook. Then again, yarn over, pull it through the loop on your hook. Then we're gonna place 2 double crochet on this side of the chain space. So I'm gonna place my first, then the second stitch, like this. And then here we got 3 stitches left. So make sure you stretch your stitches like this. So yarn over, insert your hook into the first stitch, and just place like this. Then do this again, yarn over, insert your hook right underneath the V, like this. And do this again on the last stitch. We're going to connect it back to the very first stitch here. You can see 2 V's on the side here, and then on the third, which is on the top, that is our very first stitch. We're gonna insert our hook into the first stitch. As you can see, I'm going under its V, so I'm going into the stitch. Then we're gonna do a slip stitch to connect the end and the start together. So after inserting your hook, yarn over, so go under the working yarn, over and on top, then we're gonna pull it through the first stitch. And that would bring up a loop. So the left loop right here is the working yarn. Then we're gonna pull the working yarn through the loop on our hook. So like this, just pull it through. Then as you can see, it has pulled through. Then we're going to tighten this. So just pull it really tight. That step is very important. Or else if you don't tighten it, that slip knot is gonna be mistaken as an extra stitch. And then as you can see, it looks kind of like a granny square now, so congrats. I'm just gonna try to pull the 4 corners and then to make it look like a square. Now we're gonna start round 3. So we're just going to we're just gonna start by making 2 chains. So yarn over, pull it through the loop on your hook. Then again, yarn over, pull through the loop on your hook. For this round, I'm gonna go a tiny bit quicker because I think everybody has got the hang of it. So now for round 3, it's essentially the same. If you have stitches on the previous round, you just have to place a double crochet on top of it. If you reach the chain 2 space, which is this gap here, just place 2 double crochet here, then chain 2, then 2 double crochet here, and then work like this. And then you can see a bunch of stitches right here. Just place 1 double crochet on each of these stitches, then you'll reach the corner, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and then continue stitches. Essentially, that's the formula. So essentially you can make however big you want the granny square to be. So yeah, let's start around 3. So as you can see, we have 2 stitches left here. We're just gonna place 1 stitch on top of the previous one. So place a double crochet into the first stitch. Then we're gonna place another double crochet on the next stitch. Make sure you're going under the V. And then now we've reached the chain 2 space from the previous round. We're just gonna place 2 double crochet here. So this is my first double crochet. We're gonna make another one. Then we're gonna push these 2 double crochet towards the right, as you can see, and that also gives you more space on the left. Chain 2, so yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and that is to make these spaces that we have on the corner. Then we're going to make 2 stitches on the left here. So I made 1, then I'm gonna do it again into this space. Like this. And now we've reached the stitches part, which is the edge. Make sure you don't miss the very first stitch. Very important. I've said this a million times. So yarn over, stretch your stitches, insert your hook into the very first stitch. Make sure you just go under the V here. Then just place a double crochet. It's 1 stitch on each stitch. Then another one. And then once we reach to the corner part, we're going to place 2 double crochet. This is my first double crochet, and then I'm going to place my second double crochet. And we've reached the corner here. We're going to make chain 2. So yarn over first, pull it through the loop, yarn over again, pull it through the loop on your hook. Then we're going to turn our work, make 2 double crochet here on the corner. This is my first double crochet, then the second one. Then I've reached the stitches part, which is where I place a 1 double crochet on each stitch. So yarn over, stretch your stitches, insert your hook into the first stitch. This is a bit hard to see, but make sure you don't miss it. Then place a double crochet. And then just place 1 double crochet all across. So I've reached the corner, and as usual, just place 2 double crochet in the corner space. And then just chain 2. Like this. Then we're going to place 2 double crochet on the side, on the other side. And then don't miss our first stitch. Stretch your stitches. Just gonna crochet all across. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this round off, and I think everybody has got the gist. Make sure to just place 1 double crochet at a time on top of each stitch. When you reach a corner, place 2 double crochet, then chain 2, then make 2 other double crochet here, then make 1 stitch at a time. And I'll meet you when I'm done. So now I've just finished my round and I'm ready to finish the piece off. Or if you want to continue to make more rounds, you can just do a slip stitch to the very first stitch and just basically repeat what we've done. Double crochet all across on the side, 2 double crochet in the chain 2 gap here, chain 2, 2 double crochet, then crochet all across here, and then repeat on the corner. But I do want to end my piece now, and this is how we're gonna end it. I'm just going to pull a big loop like this, and I'm just gonna cut it here. Then we're gonna thread our tail through our darning needle. Then we're gonna do an invisible join to the very first stitch to finish off. So basically, just like normal, we're going to insert our needle into the very first stitch, pull it through. Then we're going to create a fake V. So we're just going to stick our needle back into the last stitch here. This is the last stitch. Just going back to the stitch and come up on the back. It's just going into the back loop of the last stitch. And pull it, and as you can see, you have just created a V, and that would blend with the rest of the stitches. And now we're just going to flip our piece, so this is the back, the wrong side. We're just going to tie a knot to secure the tail, because it can come off anytime. Literally just stick your hook into a random loop, like here maybe. I'm just going to hold onto the remaining yarn tail. I'm just gonna pull it halfway through while holding onto the yarn. So there's a loop on my left hand, so I'm just going to stick my needle into the loop and just pull it, and that would create a knot. I'm going to hide this tail. We're just going to insert our needle into literally all the random loops that you can get your needle into. To flip your work on the right side, you shouldn't be seeing any needle or yarn coming through. And then we're just gonna hide our yarn tail inside the stitches and just pull it through. Just going to cut the remaining tail like this. And also for the magic ring here, we should also hide this tail as well. So just go into the random loops, all the stitches. Ta-da! Here's your granny square. If you like our yarn, make sure to join the waitlist. Pre-order is very soon. And remember to sign up for our waitlist so you'll be first to get notified for the pre-order. Next week's tutorial is going to be a bear glasses holder. If you don't want to miss out, make sure you turn on the notification bell so you always get notified whenever I post a video. And I always post every single week, Saturday 9 p.m. UTC. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye!